Hello and welcome. It's a good day to be on the farm, or at least it will be once we get this farm set up. Hi, my name's Chuck. I'm going to be starting a new game on Farming Sim 22 today, where I take $1.5 million and I invest in a farm here in the Swiss Alps in the town of Erlengrat, and let's just see what we can do. First thing we need is a vehicle to get around. Um, I'm currently standing where the easy mode has the whole farmyard here, but I actually don't think I'm going to start up here. I think I'm going to start down with some farming. This map is designed for a lot of animal work and grass work, but I don't know that I'm going to do animals yet. I actually found a couple of nice pieces of land for sale closer to town, and I'll show you those once we have a vehicle. So the first thing we're going to do is go buy ourselves a tractor. So real quick, I need to find out how much horsepower that a mower needs, the mowing setup that I want to do, because I want to make sure we buy a tractor that has that much horsepower, and I want to make sure that our 1.5 million goes as far as it can. So we're going to start with grassland care here. Nope, not care, we just want mowers. I actually really like the Kuhn mowers, but somebody told me that these Pottinger mowers actually will let you windrow at the same time, so you don't have to buy a windrower. So we're going to try those. This rear mowing setup requires 160, and then this is 70. So I think 100 and they're 230 total. So if we get something with around 240, we should be able to run this mower without too much trouble. So that's what we're going to do. So let's go back up to the tractors, and we're going to see what we can find. So under medium tractors, these lower ones would really have to be upgraded to get up to that 230, 240 mark. In fact, these don't even, okay, so here's the, this Massey Ferguson can go up to 280, starts at 225. That might be one way to go. This McCormick can go up to 240. I don't think I've ever driven a McCormick before. Vultra, no, 225. But that's a big difference though. 190 up to, or excuse me, 108,000 for a 190 horsepower tractor. That would get a lot of work on the farm done. Coupled that with what we're going to need over here for 240 for that mowing setup. I don't know, I'm tempted to take this McCormick and just max it out at 240. I do like this Kloss tractor, but I've used it on a couple other farms. Got the Massey Ferguson 7720. Starts at 225, so we'd be, I mean, it looks like we're going to have to spend about 200,000 just to get a mower, or to get a tractor that can run those mowers. JCB, I've never driven this either, 235. Can't upgrade the engine, but out of the box, it does all the things that we need. I think let's go with, let's give this McCormick a shot. So let's see, what can we do here? We need to, I tend to like the Michelin tires. Wheel setup is fine. Front loader, we are going to need a front loader, so I suppose let's just put one on now so this tractor can do it all. And engine setup, we need to go, it's at 190 right now, 210, 225, 240. For an extra 26,000, we can put a 240 horsepower engine in this McCormick. So let's do that. Ooh, main colors. Let's see what we've got here. Not a lot. Standard or special? Let's try special. And rim colors. Nope, don't like that. Let's stick with this. And nope, I want to change the license plate first. Change that license plate to Erlengrat CF 116. And this main color can be changed. So let's change that to that same crimson red that our tractor is. Okay, how does that look? Alright, we're going to buy that. Alright, and pardon this skip, but we're going to jump down to that tractor here at the farm shop. So, real quick, it's got engine auto start, which I don't like. So let me get down here and see where that setting is. Automatic engine start off. I like to leave my tractors running when I need to, and we go from there. So this tractor's already running. We're here at the shop. Let me go show you these fields that I found that I'm kind of excited about. Actually, I need to check my map because I don't know my way around town yet. Where is the farm shop? There it is. Oh, this will be great. Yep, so we're going to take a left out of here and go see what's going on down here at the farm shop. Oh, watch out for the car. We're going to take a right. And I think this big gray building up here on the right is actually the mill. And I think we're going to buy that too. So we're actually going to start making flour by harvesting some crops off of some of these fields and seeing what is available. And going from there. But before we do that, this 14 and 15 here, let me hop out and take a look. This field 14, oh excuse me, that's 15. This field 14 has just been plowed and has field stones. Two things I do not like. So we're going to look at 15 to start. When I actually ran a test for this map to find these areas before I started recording, field 14 here was full of oats, and I was going to buy that mill and buy field 14 and take those oats right over to the mill and plug them in. But I think I am going to buy this field 15, and I'll tell you why here in just a second. But let's take a look at 16 and see what's on here. This might be a better deal anyway. Ready to harvest wheat. Needs lime, needs plowing. But it does have wheat on it right now, albeit with only a 13% yield bonus, but this would allow us to get that mill up and running. So I wanted one field of grass to start and one field with crops that we could work, so we'd have a couple of things to do. When does wheat harvest? So we're going to check our calendar. Wheat, I would have to harvest it today in August. So that might change things a little bit, but I think that looks pretty good. Let me just show you what I was thinking back here though. I like this little road. It's not too far from downtown, but it is a little bit secluded. It's got that great view of the Alps in the back. This grass is also ready to be harvested, and most of the fields here don't have anywhere to set up your farmyard, which is kind of a shame, because then you have to use that base farmyard up in the hills over there, which is great for livestock, but I don't think I'm going to do livestock to start. But this field has grass that's ready to be mowed, and it has this wide open area here, which I really like for putting in a barn or something to store our equipment. So let's jump out of our tractor here. You can hear that it's still running because I turned off that automatic engine start, and this yield bonus on this grass is 83%. That's the other reason I wanted this grass, because it's going to produce a lot of bales to help us get started. So let's take a look at our map. And $1.5 million is going to go pretty quick when we buy a couple of fields and a barn. But we'll see what happens. So I'm standing on field 15 right now. I'm pretty sure I want to take this. We just bought a tractor that could run those mowers, so we definitely need to do that. So let's go into our menu. We can buy field 15 for $251,000, but that gets us grass that's ready to harvest and a spot to put our barn, and it's close to town, which I like. So we're going to go ahead and buy that. And field 16 had wheat ready to go. I liked that too. 222. This is one I was going to buy, but that was 300, so we saved almost 80,000. Getting a little bit smaller of a field, but that still gets us wheat to make our flour. So we're going to buy that as well. Two fields next to each other is always a good thing to have. And then there's a mill back here that we need to buy soon. But before we do that, we need a barn to store our equipment. So let's go into the construction menu and buy that. So there's me standing on our grass field that we just bought, field 15. And here's this wide open area. There's a little bit of a road up there too, but I think we'll probably try to take this road between field 14 and 15 most of the time. And I really like this big wooden garage over here. I don't know, I think it just it looks like something you might see in the Alps. It's got a little bit of an overhang on this front side, which is nice. We can park some stuff under there, but we can still maybe mow that. It's 192, and if you can see that number, 192, if we get as close to 192 as possible, it means it's going to move the least amount of dirt to place it. So we're just going to find that 192.07, I think, is about as good as we're going to get. So we're going to drop that right there. And congratulations, we have a grass field. We have this giant barn, but this is going to be big enough to store all our stuff. Let's take a look inside. So in here is just wide open, and there's two big barn doors back here. One on this side, one on this other side, and out our little windows there we got a nice view of the Alps. Not that we're going to spend a lot of time looking out the windows, but you never know. So we might want to do some dirt work and give ourselves a path, but for now this is going to be good enough. So we can take our McCormick tractor. We're just going to drive through to make sure that our landing area is smooth. And it is. We didn't spend a whole lot of money, so that's nice to know that it's a smooth in and out. Alright, so we have got to get that wheat off this field today. I want to get this mowed today too, but the grass will hold. That wheat unfortunately will wither if we let it go to September. So that might have changed what we're going to do to start. So we're going to drive back to the shop because we need to pick up a tipper. We need to figure out how we're going to harvest that, and I do want to get these mowers started, but that has suddenly become secondary given that when that withers. This field 14 would have been nice to own both sides of this road, but I'm not going to mess with those field stones. In fact, I believe I turned field stones off on this playthrough just because nobody wants to watch me de-stone a giant field like that for 3 hours. So, and we've got a little roundabout here, which hopefully won't cause too many problems, and yes, this right here, oh, I misspoke. I said that these giant gray ones were the mill, but they're not. The mill is right here, I believe, and we're going to take that wheat and we're going to sell it straight to this mill so we can start producing flour. So we're going to buy this mill. Let me just triple check that this is the mill. Yes, it is. All right, we're going to buy this mill for $96,000. Like I said, that $1.5 million is going quick. We've already spent $960,000 of it. So we're going to buy this mill. We own it. And we're going to dump all that wheat in here. Let's just double check that too. So our production chains, we can make wheat flour from wheat, barley flour, oat flour, and sorghum. We're going to turn all those inactive. We're just going to start with wheat flour because that's the one that we're going to make when we start getting things off the harvest. So let's head back to the shop here. Which I believe is down this road and around the corner. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. I really appreciate any follows at this point. I just really enjoy playing Farm Sim, and I really enjoy these Let's Plays where people just kind of drive around and farm and do their thing, and just kind of chat it up with the audience. So I know this channel is very new. I haven't actually figured out a great name for it, or at least for this Let's Play. I'm thinking something along the lines of Elm Creek Flour Farm, because we're just making flour in our mill. But I don't know what my channel is probably going to be called, if I'm even going to name it. But wanted to put out some videos because I've been playing Farm Sim for a while. So we're at the store here. So we're going to buy a couple more things that we need, and we're starting to run low on money. So we're just going to see. Number one, we're going to need a tipper to cart that grain that we get off of there. So let's grab that in our trailers. I've always really liked this Brantner. 18.5 milliliters. Nope. Megaliters. M squared. Whatever that is. Basically, it usually takes 18,000 liters. 18,500 liters, which is good. Otherwise, we could do a train of these two, but that's going to be probably more expensive than we can afford at this point. Otherwise, we could do a little wagon like this and just adjust it later when we start hauling that flour from place to place. That would probably save us some money, but that's going to be more trips because that's only 8, where this Brantner is 18. Let's just go with the Brantner. We can afford it. Wheel brand, Trelleborg, Michelin. Cover, yes. Wide tires are fine. And let's look at these color options. What do you think would look good? I don't think our dark red would look good with a regular red. We could do black. I've always been a fan of the orange. Orange and red, do those look good together? Or should we just go with the base green? I don't think that orange is necessarily going to look great with our crimson tractor. So let's go crimson and green and buy that. So what did we get? We don't want wide tires. No, do we? It's the cover that costs more, or the wheels. It's not even letting me go to the wheels. 24,700. Yep, we need a tipper. All right. And then I'm a little concerned about what we're going to be able to do with our money at this point, because I wanted to do grass work, not necessarily harvesting. So let us just start with for our harvesters, this one has a capacity of 20 liters. That one works well. I've done the Fint before too, but I mean, we've only got 516,000, and all of these harvesters, no, these are forage harvesters. What is, that's not, give me a regular harvester, please. Here we go, harvester. That's more like it, 265. Still, I can't spend half of the money we have left on a harvester yet. This one does 9.3, which is perfect. 9.3 thousand liters of thing will fill up that 18.5 liter thing on 2 fills, which is kind of what we want. So I think we're just going to rent or lease this to start, because I want to make sure we have enough money for everything else that we want to do. So we're going to do that. So New Holland, we're going to pick that. We're not going to customize anything because we're leasing it. Leasing it for 13,000. That's a lot of money that we're kind of flushing down the drain, but we just don't have 250,000 plus the header, and still have stuff to buy mowers and a baler. We either have to rent this or rent the baler, and I think we're going to use the baler more. So let's rent this. Yes. And New Holland header. So we need a header to put on that harvester. We're just going to buy the New Holland one because there it is. And by buy, I mean lease, because we're renting that as well. So 15,000 to get this up and running. And I don't know, should I get a header trailer? I don't really want to spend any more money on this. And since we're renting it, maybe we can just drive it over there. There's not a lot of traffic. This is not probably a recommended way to do it, but we're gonna just park this here. Gonna hook up to our tipper, and we're gonna turn off our engine there. Let's hop in this New Holland. Normally I would get a header trailer for driving through town. That's so close to the building. Alright, so we're just going to try to not disrupt too much traffic. I can see our mill over there, and a pedestrian walking. Watch out, buddy. You can see our mill over there. We're going to just try to make it through this turn and down to the mill before any traffic comes. Whoops, took out a yield sign, and that's why you get a header trailer. But we can't afford it. Nope. Thank you for not taking a left there. Let's pop off one more sign. And nobody saw it. It wasn't us. And we're going to drive down to our field, and we're going to get this thing harvesting. So I've got this set on 1 month days, which is why we have to get that wheat off of this field today, because it's August and that wheat will wither in September. So we're going to grab as much wheat as we can right now to get our mill up and running. And I've got it on, I'm just taking out every sign. Can I not fit through here? And one more sign suffers at the wrath of my rented harvester. But it's rented, we're not going to worry about it. So this is our little road to our field. There's our barn where we store all of our equipment. I bought one big enough to store a harvester, but we can't afford a harvester, so we're going to just try and see how this goes. We're going to get as much wheat as we can to get that mill running, and then we won't need another harvester until about this time next year. So I think that is why. What does that field 17 have on it? If that field 17 is wheat too, we might just buy that field, take the wheat off, and then sell it again, and just make sure our mill is full up on wheat for a little while. It's looking pretty good, whatever it is. Let's do a couple of headlands to get us started. So first we got to unfold. Lower the harvester, turn it on, set our cruise control, and we should hopefully be leaving a spray. Nope. Stop. I want to enable straw swath because I want that straw for baling. There we go. So that's giving us a trail of the straw from this field. behind. You know what, guys? I think we're going to buy field 17. That looks ready to harvest as well. We don't need to keep it. We only got 500,000, but if we buy it, harvest everything off of it, and then dump it out in our mill, we'll have even more flour to sell. That'll make up for the 15,000 that we had to pay to rent this harvester. So I think that is going to be a wise thing for us to do. Or we could... No, we're not going to keep it. We just can't afford it. We're going to just turn here. I'm actually going to just jump out. This is ready to harvest as well. Has large weeds in it. That's not ideal, but we'll deal with that as we have to. So, while this is heading straight north to do this Headlands, we're gonna pop into the map. This is not how I thought I was gonna start this video. I was gonna mow. I bought a tractor to mow field 15, and that is not what we're doing, but we're going to buy farmland, field 17, for $500,000 or $250,000. We now own that as well, but we can sell that after we take everything we need off of it. Maybe even including those bales, but we'll see. This is going to be a busy August. I don't know if we're going to be able to get it all done, so we're just going to see what we can get done. Thanks for hanging in there with me as I changed the plans last minute. Like I said, we're just going to get some headlands going on both ends, and then we'll probably hire a worker so we can start tipping and getting the rest of that material back from the shop down to our farmyard. And yeah, started the day as a millionaire. Now I've got $250,000 left, and I still got to buy mowers and field working implements. But I am excited. We're going to have flour coming out of our mill pretty quick, because we're going to dump a load in here before noon today for sure. And then we can decide what we want to do. Ultimately, I've never done a flour mill, and then I know you can buy the bakery and make it into bread, although I hear that takes a little while. So we'll see if we decide to do that or not. Alright, so I've got a headland on each end. Now we're going to start running this way, and we're just going to hire a worker for that so we can skip back here and bring our tipper. And if we can make it down there before... I think that crimson and that green tipper look good together. I'm glad I didn't do orange, even though I really like orange. Anyway, we're going to... what was I saying? We're talking about the mill. Oops, took out another street sign. Well, where did I learn how to drive? I'm excited to try the mill and maybe the bakery. That would involve, I know the bakery can make bread, it can also make cakes, but that involves sugar and eggs or something in addition to the flour. So that will be like a year 3 thing if we get there. In year 1, where we are right now, and you can see our rented New Holland doing that. So we're going to open this cover, and if we can catch him before the end of the row, we'll get our first load of wheat, and we'll take it straight over to the mill just to get production started on that side too. I was looking forward to mowing today, but I guess that will just have to wait. Alright, so we're going to race down here. He's going to hopefully see me and put out his pipe. Buddy, nope, come back. I fired that guy. I need that to tip. I want this wheat. So I don't like to hire too many workers because obviously it costs immediately when you're doing that. But on something like this where we suddenly have 2 wheat fields to harvest, and today is the last day we can do it before these crops wither to get our mill running, I think it's wiser to have this done by a couple of workers while we can cart and get the rest of the equipment that we need back here to the farm, and then we can probably finish it off as we're going. I'm going to start that, head in this way, and go ahead and hire that worker and switch back over here. Now normally I would never tip 1 load from that harvester, but like I said, let's get that mill producing and hopefully earning us some money. So I'm actually going to just drive through the barn just for fun because it's here. And this is our field, and it is grass, so I could drive over it, but we're going to just skirt the edges, keep our crop, which was, I believe, 100% fertilized or close to, as healthy as possible, and break all the laws for a roundabout right there. Alright, so I've never tipped into this mill, so I'm hoping that it's right here. Start overloading. Yeah, but this will be good for a partial load in case we dump our wheat here and it gives us money rather than putting it in our mill. We'll do that with a small load instead of a big one. And excellent, our money's not going up, which means this is going into our production chain. So we're going to come in here and look at our production chain. We are producing wheat flour. We have 5,600 liters of wheat, which is still barely making a dent, but it's going to turn 150 liters of wheat into 120 liters of flour, and it's going to do that 120 times a day. And I have no idea where that's going to pop out at. Probably this little box down here, and we will deal with that when we need to. So that is great. Let's bring our tipper back out here. Can't believe I took out like 4 road signs, but oh well. I like that we're doing this extra field though, because that does pay for the harvester, and we still get that wheat in our production chain. I'm just afraid that 1 field with 13% yield bonus like we had was not going to give us, you know, really anything to work with past like November. Our production chain, I mean, we still might only produce wheat flour for the first month. Oh, what am I doing? Let me get on this line. So a lot of times if you drive on the straw line, that will be the right spot for this to tip in. So we're going to drop that tipper there and just see. Hopefully that worker will put out his pipe and dump some of that wheat in there for us when he gets a chance. We're going to head back and grab the next set of supplies we need from the shop while he's doing that work. So we've got our barn, we've got our rented harvester going, we've got our tipper, we've got our production chain up and running with the mill right here. We're either going to grab a baler and start baling that straw, or we're going to grab a mower, because I know we want to buy that mower. We bought this tractor specifically to run those mowers, so I want to know if that's going to work before we get too far. So yeah, we just paid that worker $110 to run that harvester, but that's going to allow us to do a couple of other things while they're busy doing that. We might harvest field 17 ourselves if we've gotten everything up and running. And we did or did not get the front loader on this. We're going to have to check. In fact, let's check that right now, because we're going to need something to pick up those flour pallets with. And that might be a front loader on this, or it might be a... Alright, we're going to customize you. Front loader, attacher, quickie. Yep. So we have the quickie attach. So let's get Well, let's not get the front loader yet, because I want to get either the mowers or the baler. Suppose we get the baler and the front loader. We don't technically need the mowers yet, but I don't want to spend all our money on a baler not knowing how much those mowers are going to cost. No, mowing is an important part of this. Let's start with the mowers. All right. So shop is right here. Gosh, I'm a little scatterbrained this morning because I had a plan and it already changed, but we're gonna stick to the basis plan. I want to see if this Pottinger mower will mow and windrow, which means puts it all in one row so it's easier to pick up with the baler. Excuse me, if it'll do it all at once. So the NovaCat crossflow here is the 160 plus that 70 is 230. We've got a 240 horsepower tractor, so we should be good. So we're going to buy that, and we're going to buy this, and we're going to answer this question while we're waiting for that guy to finish our first row. So this is a front attach there, and we're going to rear attach this. And let's see, turn on mower, unfold mower, selected work mode, wide spreading. How do we change our selected work mode? Well, it's probably not wise to start mowing today, given that we're doing all the harvesting, but you know what? I can't help it. This is what I thought I was going to do first. We've got 162,000 left to buy that baler with, and then we'll need some way to transport those bales. But maybe we just get the bales made. No, because we have to get those bales off that second field before we sell that field back. This is the balancing act. So let's just, there's a fence there. I didn't see it till the very last second. All right, so let's just see what happens if we start mowing here. So we're going to unfold our mower and lower our motor. Switch here, unfold mower, lower it as well. We're going to turn it on. What is that? I can adjust this? That is interesting. Uh-oh, our worker's got an almost full grain tank. We're going to just turn on this back mower and see real quick. So this is going to spread it wide, which is not what I want. I want it to windrow. How do I get it to windrow? If we bring this in, does it windrow then? No. No. Fold mower, lift mower, turn off mower, toggle map view. The only thing I can do is this weird adjusting it out, which doesn't seem to do anything. Okay, well, I need to turn off this mower. Turn off this mower. I'm going to back up. We're going to drop this here, pull forward. I need to fold up the mower. Fold that. Oh, and he's got a full grain tank. So we're just going to leave this mower here. I thought this could windrow together, and it says wide. So there's got to be a way to change that, but I'm going to maybe have to look it up. Not today. Because this is the important thing. It's getting this grain off and into our mill. So let's see if he put anything in last time. I left this down here for him, but it looks to be pretty empty, so I must not have been at the right width for that. Huh. Alright. Well, let's see how we're doing. Time-wise, it's 11:36. We're making good progress throughout the day. I wanted to keep these episodes somewhere between 30 and 45 minutes, so apologies, but I'm actually going to just check the recording length here on the video live. 41:43. But I think I'm going to stop it here, and then we'll pick up with another recording shortly. Thanks for watching. A like and a subscribe would be great. Have a great day.